The night stood still, wrapped in grief's golden sand, as if the desert forgot how to breathe. The falcons no longer circled the sky, and the camels bowed their heads in disbelief. The wind whispered softly through the palace walls, carrying a secret it could not bear. That Fazza, the soul of the desert, had closed his eyes, and the world forgot to care. The moon, his closest friend, hung pale and broken, refusing to rise above the city's crown. Every star trembled with a silent question: how could light die and still leave us around? The waves on Jumeirah's shore were weeping, each one crashing with a name on its breath. Fazza, they whispered again and again, as if calling him back from death. He was not just the prince of the golden throne. He was the rhythm in every heart's tone, the rider whose shadow embraced the dunes, the poet whose soul sang to the moon. He wrote of love as if it were eternal flame. He loved as if time could never claim. And yet tonight, beneath the silent sky, the flames went cold, the ink ran dry. In Dubai's heart, the streets wore black. The people spoke in whispers, not words. Even the horses neighed in grief, and the falcons circled without wings of courage. For Fazza was not gone, he had become the air, the sigh between prayer and despair, the tear that glimmers in loyal eyes, the echo of Ya Fazza beneath the skies. His father's eyes turned toward heaven, silent, strong, yet carved with storm. He knew no crown could heal this wound. No kingdom could bring back that form. His brothers stood with trembling hands. The palace gates closed slow and grand. The guards, once proud, now bowed their spears, each heartbeat heavy with unspoken tears. The desert wind carried his name afar, from Liwa's dunes to the Burj's star. It sang through every mosque's call, through every lover's final fall. He had written poems of love and light. Now he became the poem of night. Every verse he wrote now spoke anew, a message from the heavens' hue. The moon fell silent, its glow undone, for the poet of light had become one. No longer did his pen bleed ink. It wrote in the stars, on heaven's brink. And those who loved him closed their eyes to feel his spirit in their sighs. For Fazza was not gone, just near, beyond the world, but always here. The dawn arrived, but it dared not shine. Its golden hands trembled over the line, where night and sorrow kissed the ground, and silence became the loudest sound. The muezzin's call was heavy with tears, echoing across a city that feared to open its eyes, to face the truth. That Fazza was gone, gone like youth. From the towers of glass to the dunes of gold, every corner carried stories untold. Mothers whispered his name in prayer. Children asked why he was not there. And fathers, strong men of the land, wiped their eyes with trembling hands. Even the falcons in the royal sky refused to soar, refused to fly. For Fazza was the heart of Dubai's sand, a poet, a rider, a gentle hand. He loved his people more than fame, and they loved him more than name. His laughter was a song, his silence, peace, his kindness, a kingdom that would never cease. He lived as if heaven was just nearby, and left as if he knew how to fly. His horses stood restless in the royal hall, their eyes wide open, awaiting his call. They remembered his touch, his whisper low, how he calmed their souls before the show. Now they stand under moonlit light, nostrils flaring through the night, as if asking the desert wind to send their master's soul back once again. The poets gathered, their pens stood still. No rhyme could capture what hearts now feel. They tried to write, but tears fell first, and words drowned in sorrow's thirst. One whispered, "He was our muse, our flame." Another cried, "The world won't be the same." They opened his verses, line by line. Every word glowed like sacred sign. He once wrote, "If I fall, do not mourn me, for I'll rise where hearts adorn me." Now those lines returned, divine and clear, like Fazza's voice through the atmosphere. They read and cried, but in each verse they found a blessing, not a curse. For death could never cage his art. He still lives in every heart. The desert winds grew soft that day, as if even storms refused to stay. They laid him down in white and gold, a prince of purity, brave and bold. The Imam's voice trembled low and deep, and heaven itself seemed to weep. Each grain of sand became a prayer, each tear a pearl beyond compare. The sun dipped low, shy to rise, and sadness filled the royal skies. The palace gardens wept with dew, each petal whispered, "We miss you." And though the city still stood tall, it felt no life within its walls. For when a soul like Fazza dies, even time itself sighs. His falcon's cry cut through the air, a sound of longing, raw and rare. It flew above his resting place, then vanished high in heaven's grace. The people watched with heavy hearts as life, Fazza's